because I grew up in a household of modesty.
Mhm.
So I have to break that and realize it's okay to celebrate
Right.
me. You changed her whole day just by saying that to her. And sometimes we have to remember that just by whatever we see, complimenting, celebrating in the moment, because you don't know what the person might have gone through before they left the house, in the house, on the way to wherever they were going. But taking that moment to celebrate that moment, yeah, yes, because the world does so much to beat us down and say what we're not. When we take the time to just celebrate each other, it does something.
Shift from a mindset of competition to one of
Mhm.
community.
Yes.
Seeing other successes as
I was
inspiration
gonna say inspiration.
rather than a
Yeah.
threat. I'm not a
Right.
threat to you.
No. Mm.
I'm in, and
If
I'm
she can
telling
do
you,
it, I can
you
do it.
Hello, podcasters. Thanks for joining us on today. We are Her Presence, and I am Andrea Wormley, my co-host Melissa Benson, my co-host Kelly Moore. And again, we're so glad that you're joining us. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. We need you to do that like right now. And share that out with people that you know will be touched by the things that we talk about. Make sure you like and all those special things. We are on on your major podcast platforms, and we are on your social media platforms. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about celebrating other women. Um, and we're also gonna talking about why that doesn't happen. Why is it seems like maybe there's not why do we struggle with that? You know, and we've seen
Mm.
it. I'm sure you've seen instances in in your life where women don't celebrate each other.
Mm.
And so we want to talk about that on today. And you know, right before we started to record, I had asked a question. Do you guys know of of a story or a situation? Um, and and it was thrown back to me. Do you have one? And I'm like, you know, I'm sure that I do, but I really couldn't think of one because I feel like I'm just so oblivious
Mm.
of um, those kinds of things. And I wonder, because now that I'm saying that, has there been a time when someone felt that they weren't celebrated by me because I don't even think of those things? Um,
Mm.
you know, I don't think about things like a lot of things until it's pointed out to me. Like, you know, you came into the place when I was I remember I was a young adult and I walked into this place. You know, I would walk into work or wherever, and one day someone said to me, "You don't ever speak. You just come in and then when you leave, you don't say bye." You know, and they considered that as being rude. Now, I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm coming in, let me get my stuff done and leave, you know. I got other things I need to do, but it was landing as if I was rude. And that was the
Mm.
perception. And I didn't want that. You know, once that was pointed out, I definitely didn't
Mhm.
want that. You know,
Mhm.
where's the honor of friendship and relationship,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So now that I knew, I was focused on that, and so and it was genuine. It wasn't like it
Mhm.
was, like, robotic. I can "Hey, y'all," you know, in
Mhm.
my mind, I was like, "Yeah, I do need to say hey." That might be why folks don't say hey to me. You know, but I wonder if it's the
Mm.
same thing. Also, I am concerned about when we said that we were gonna kinda talk about this today, it really just made me think, do women feel celebrated by me? And then I feel like you said something about you put a spin on it.
Yeah, I said that, many times we don't celebrate ourselves. So then it could become very common because we go through different phases and different achievements and different things, and we don't take the time to live in that moment because we're so busy and we're doing this and we're doing that, that we don't take time to smell the roses
Mm-hmm.
and celebrate that moment that is very easy to overlook celebrating someone else because you
Yeah.
don't even do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So,
Wow. Um, so, and then I know that sometimes we see like insecurities that
mhm.
could be coming into play. You're comparing yourself,
Mhm.
um, maybe envy, maybe you're feeling like, maybe I should be further along than what I am. And then you see someone who is
Mhm.
that's the same age as you, and that does something to you, right? And so then there's no celebration there. Yeah.
Mhm.
What's your thoughts on that? I know that you had a couple of comments earlier.
Well, I find it's easier to celebrate my friends and their wins,
Mhm.
because I'm excited for them. And
Mhm.
I know the milestones and I know what it took them to get there.
Mhm.
And so I like a party anyway. So anytime that we can, get together and celebrate, many times, even in our podcast,
Mhm.
we know what you did,
Mhm.
and you play it off. And
Mhm.
that's not nothing to play off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having that doctorate's degree is very serious.
But
And
do you see that's how it goes into play? We don't celebrate, we don't take the time to
right,
celebrate ourselves. That
right.
it is
It's
yeah.
uncomfortable. It seems like it may be uncomfortable too, because it's not something that you normally do.
Yeah.
Because you said because I can understand that, like you do this, this, and this. Like, okay, so anyway, what we were saying was, like that. Let's not talk
And
about
it's
it.
not that you're blowing it off. It's many times and I can't say many times we. I'll say for me, I don't like attention.
Yeah, I
I
get it.
don't like
I get
being
it.
in the
I get
spotlight.
it. Yeah.
That's just who I am. But do I mind celebrating? If it was you, I'd be like, girl, let's throw a party. Let's do this for you. Da, da, da. So
Right, right.
it's so easy to celebrate for me everybody else.
Else.
Right,
I can
right.
throw the biggest party for everybody else, but sometimes I kind of shy away from the spotlight. And
Mhm.
where does that come from? Because I grew up in a household of modesty.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to break that and realize it's okay to celebrate
Right,
me.
right,
And it's
right.
not being vain, it's not being, oh, I'm all this and that. No, it's just taking a moment and being grateful.
Mm-hmm.
So did you do anything when you graduated and
I
got that
went to
doctor?
dinner. I went to dinner. I
Okay,
celebrated by going to dinner, which
okay,
is okay. I
okay,
did celebrate.
okay,
I did celebrate. Yes.
okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, at least you did something.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
but you probably got to do something more.
Yeah.
Because that's a big honor.
Yeah.
That's a big
Yeah.
honor.
Yeah.
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 It's funny. You have people who are like, look at me.
Mhm.
I have this and I have that, and are offended if you don't see it or you
Yes.
don't
Yes.
say something. And
Yes.
they probably the ones that say they don't need celebrating.
Yeah.
And then you have the modest ones. And then you have people like me, it's like, because you could say something like, such and such had this happen to them. What? That is and like in my mind, I'm like, that is like all these explosions are happening. I am
Mhm.
too happy for her. But you don't see it come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
It may not come
Mm.
out of my mouth,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm thinking it, right? I may be looking at you and thinking, that is a beautiful whatever, whatever, or
Mhm.
I really love, and it does not come out of my mouth. I'm not
Mhm.
articulating it. And for me, for me, I have to, that's what I focus on. Like I check
Mhm.
myself, like, let me say this. Let me, make sure. Did I tell her? I remember one time we were talking about how when we were meeting each other really for the first time. And I re- and one of us was like, I didn't even get to hug such and such.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
felt so bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure like where that came from, but
Mm-hmm.
if it was me, it would be like because I'm focused on that. It
Mhm.
used to be a time when maybe people felt like I wasn't embracing them, and I
Mhm.
want people to feel that way, right?
Yes.
And so now
Yes.
you're focused on it, and it's like I didn't even, and now you're feeling bad. Oh my God, I
Mhm.
didn't even show
Mhm.
her how much I was so glad to see her, whatever, right?
Mhm.
So I mean, I'm sure there are insecurities out there, and
Mhm.
I know it is. I know there's some
Oh,
comparison
yes,
out there.
absolutely.
I know there's some negative things that are said because that's what has been taught or maybe the language in the household.
Mhm.
But I also feel like when you are someone that is not um y- y- my insecure I'm not insecure,
Mhm.
but my issue is I need to articulate.
Yeah.
Or I'm not insecure, but the thing that I need to focus on is not being so modest with my own self so that it
Mhm.
can bring out other things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
um
My husband told me something one time. He said we were walking and I saw this young lady and I stopped and I was like, "You are so beautiful." And it was just because she was
Mhm.
absolutely gorgeous. And I was like, "You belong on somebody's magazine. You are a gorgeous girl." And we walked away and he said, "You changed her whole day.
Mhm.
period.
You changed her whole day just by saying that to her." And sometimes we have to remember that just by whatever we see, complimenting, celebrating in the moment, because you don't know what the person might have gone through before they left the house, in the house, on the way to wherever they were going. But taking that moment to celebrate that moment, and you say, well, giving her a compliment, that's celebrating her. Yeah, yes, because the world does so much to beat us down and say what we're not. When we take the time to just celebrate each other, it does something.
Yeah.
It does something. It probably changed our whole day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I also my goal is be just to be more sisterly. She's looking at me like, "Come on, let me hear, let me hear." It's to be more sisterly. And sisterly can be I just meet you for 5 seconds and that's it.
Mhm.
But just like you said, we even saw that last week. This girl, she was beautiful,
Mhm.
tall, the big fro with the gorgeous hat, and was strutting. And
Yes.
we girl, it's just a young lady, but she looked fantastic. And you, like you said, you never know. That compliment
Mhm.
could have been what that person needed that day. We don't
That
know
day.
how they got up out of bed,
Mhm.
and it doesn't take much. It's free to give out a compliment.
Yes.
And so not only does it do wonders or maybe something for that person, but it also shows that you're a kind person too.
Yes. Yes.
That you don't have
Absolutely.
to keep niceness to yourself.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, being kind
Yeah.
is always a good thing.
And and the compliments are needed.
Yeah.
And I agree with
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also agree that I wonder if we agree if celebrating someone means that you see them. Like they need to know
Yes.
that you
Mhm.
see
Yes.
them,
Yep.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so compliments are important, but to be able to look at you and say, You okay?
Mhm.
Mhm.
All right,
Mhm.
okay. Know that I'm here.
Mhm.
And you might be like, no, I'm good. But in your mind, like, woo, I might have to call her tonight, because I
Yeah.
see you and you're important to me. That's
Mhm.
a celebration, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Um, so self doubters.
Mhm.
So what are your comments on that? Because I feel like there's a lot of, and I know that goes into like the comparison, but the self doubters, if I can say it, the self doubters, how does that contribute to not being able to celebrate?
When we look at social media, I think social media makes it because Whether you're on,
Yes.
let's talk about this whole Facebook thing.
Not Facebook,
Well,
social media.
Well,
Everybody.
okay,
Yeah.
social media
Listen,
in
we started
general.
ourselves with Facebook. I still try to get over that Facebook.
No, like
Facebook.
only certain groups do Facebook stuff, but and that's what my kids tell me all the time. Nobody's on Facebook.
Wait, no, don't forget what you had to say just real quick. Don't wait.
Okay, hold on.
Don't forget, please don't forget. Listen, we were in church and the pastor was talking about how you need to focus on, he was saying focus on Jesus and on this, and he was saying, you got to get off of these things that are a distractor and this, that, and the other. You need to get off of Facebook. And Josh, my son, turned to me, he said, "Oh, he talking to you, mommy. He talking to you. He ain't talking about us," because he said Facebook. It's like you too. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, social media. But there is so much comparison, right? Because no one is putting their true struggles on there. They're putting my trip to Paris, my
The
trip to this,
smile.
and I'm living my best life
Yes.
over here. I just did this. And so we're all there celebrating, but it also causes comparison. And that's when the self-doubt comes in. And that's when a lack of self-worth, because my gosh, they're doing all of these things. And yes, I'm going to celebrate them, but what about me? I haven't achieved this. I haven't done this. I don't own this. I don't have that. And that's when people start feeling low. And when you start feeling low, that's when doubt comes in.
Unknown caller. Sorry.
And so that's when I feel the issues start to appear. And then it makes it hard if I don't feel where I'm supposed to be. We're the same age and you're doing all these things and I haven't achieved that. I feel I'm off course.
It's the
Or
facade.
I've failed. But you don't know. Yes, they might be in Paris today, but you don't know what they went through to get there. So,
and they may be in Paris, Arkansas. But go ahead.
okay,
Okay.
or Texas.
Okay. All right. That credit card's maxed out for that photo. For that photo.
Right.
That
Right.
facade photo.
And so we gotta get rid of the comparison. It's a killer, a
False
dream
imagery.
killer.
Yes.
You are, I believe this, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you're not where you want to be, you have opportunity to get there.
Right now, today.
Yes, today.
Yep.
Today.
That's
So,
good.
Yeah, that is really good.
It's good. But and I was like, they may be in Paris, Arkansas, or they really may be in Paris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Celebrate that, like, oh, I'm gonna get there one day.
And it
Uh-huh.
took them years to get there, but they're there.
Yes,
It wasn't an
yes.
overnight
It
success.
was
You
not.
don't know what the journey they went through. It, the self-doubters, when they get to that place where you get so low, you can't have anything nothing comes out of your mouth that is positive.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you are trying to celebrate someone, it's not coming out as celebration.
Right.
No.
It comes out like, oh, well, that's good for you. That's good for you. Things always are working out for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I'll be glad when we can get there.
Yeah.
It comes out like that. And now, even though you're trying to celebrate the other person, if I said that to you, you can't even celebrate with me.
I
That's
can't
right.
celebrate. No.
You
It
can't.
sounds-
Because now you feel like I'm making her feel bad if I continue to talk about what this good thing that happened to me.
Right. Right.
And
You
speaking
become
of,
petty patty though.
yes,
You become petty.
it's hard.
You're not celebrating the person. You're being petty.
Yeah.
If you can't genuinely say, "I'm so happy for you, girl, you did that."
Genuinely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instead of saying comments like, "Oh, how long did it take? It took you about 10 years."
Well, how much more weight you gonna lose?
It doesn't come from a genuine place.
Place.
Oh,
No,
you finally
not a good
got your
place.
little
Oh, don't put the little on it. The
You,
little.
you,
You the little.
you finally got your little place.
Your little
or whatever.
car, your little house.
You know,
This.
that
Oh
little
Lord, your little diamond.
what? You just said it was little.
Little.
Oh,
It was
Little.
non-existent. Now it's just little.
now it's little. Yeah, and then
That's that petty right
Girl.
self doubt, and and what's and then what happens is when you have a self doubter is or if I'm a self doubter, what happens is you're always wondering why people won't tell you anything.
Yes.
Why?
Or
Yes.
invite you.
Or
Not
yes.
invite you, but just invite you, or they don't tell you. Like you find out from someone else that this big thing happened. It's like, why they didn't tell me? And that adds to the
Right.
self doubt, right? Because
Right.
they didn't even tell
They
me.
didn't tell me.
Because if they told you, now you're comparing, and they don't want you to feel bad. But then there are
Right.
these words that come out also, and that's not what we are. That's
Yeah.
not what we're supposed to be talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
the celebration part.
Or it makes them even feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think we
Worse.
started out today talking about it's really a personal thing. It's really not the other person. It's like as we were saying, and why is that though? Why do we say that?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So
I have an example of
oh,
women who I think celebrate each other.
Okay.
ooh, okay.
Let me hear.
So I do, and I love their friendship. And y'all gonna be probably like, oh, when I say who it is. But when you look at Oprah and Gail,
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
love their. I don't know the back behind the scenes because I don't know them personally.
Mhm.
But
Mm.
for Oprah to have achieved all of the things that she's done, and her number one girl is right there. Her sister is with her
And brought her along.
right there. And not only am I here, but girl, you got a seat at the table too.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, whatever she's doing, you're going to see something with Gail did something with it.
That's true.
And to me, that's sisterhood, that's celebrating each other. And
That's
then
relationship.
it's relationship.
Mhm.
And so I think we all have to get to a point where not that they're the model, but just in the sense of really loving each other as sisters, celebrating you for what you've done and achieved. And then the one who's being celebrated saying, I didn't make it by myself, girl. We in this together. You
Right.
have worked with me. You've been there. You've seen my struggles. You know what I went through to get here. Come on, you can
Yeah.
rock with me.
That's a good
We're
one.
doing it together.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I know people I have always had, you talk about friendship and even celebrating that type of friendship, right?
Yes.
I all my life I've only had, I can count my just really, really close friends on this hand right here, right? One hand. And when I think about, so I have a lot of friends, but when I say that kind of friendship that you're talking about, where I can pick up the phone at 3 a.m. and call you and don't care if you upset about me calling.
Okay.
Like that is like you've crossed the bridge where I used to be, I think I said this in another episode. I used to be, oh, who is that at my door? I hadn't cleaned up my house and now I don't care, right? But back then there were certain friends that could come over. I didn't care.
Regardless.
Regardless,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
Come on
Yeah.
over. Come on, girl, just push that over.
Move it to the
Move
side. You
There
know.
you go.
If you want a rag, here's a rag. You can clean it.
Those friends, and then you have friends that maybe you don't talk to all the time. It may be 4 or 5 months.
Yes.
And then you pick up the phone and you start talking and you say, so anyway, what I was saying, like you
right.
Yeah.
Did I tell you? I can't remember. Did I tell you? Okay.
Yes.
Let me
Yes.
back all the way up, right? Those friends, friends that will pray with you, friends that will tell you the truth.
Yes, you
And
gotta have the friend that's gonna tell you the truth. You have to.
they will tell you the truth
In a lovingly manner.
in a
Mhm.
loving manner, or
Yes.
know when, like, can watch and know when to
When to
say,
stop.
like, this
Right,
is too rough
Yeah,
right
exactly,
yeah.
now.
exactly,
Okay.
But
exactly.
please understand, we gonna have to talk
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
because you've been
Yes.
Yep.
tripping, you know.
Yep.
Or to me,
Mhm.
you shouldn't have said that, or that was a little bit too hard, or be careful about this, or
Mhm.
whatever. And you know, that celebrating that kind of friendship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that
And
those
those
are
are important to have
yeah.
in your
Oh,
life.
yeah.
Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness. And they
Absolutely.
complement who you are
They
as a
do.
person, which you
Mhm.
gravitate to.
I
Mhm.
think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
absolutely.
it complements. It's a celebration of your own self also. And yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um I was reading something, and I'm going to read it and y'all tell me what you think. All right. So, we we often don't allow ourselves to be fully happy because we fear that celebrating today's successes might make us vulnerable to disappointments if things go wrong tomorrow.
Mm.
What's your thoughts on that? It's hard to celebrate, or we don't want to point out the celebration or the success of today because the thought is, it'll
Mhm.
make you vulnerable to disappointment when things go wrong. Anybody ever? Uh,
So in that situation, I feel like I always hear people say, and I do this, I move in silence. You won't know, I do.
I
You
know
won't know
what happens
until it's done because
Oh, I need prayer
because
to get through it.
it's I don't like to pre-celebrate. It's on my board. It's something that I want to do. It's a goal. It's an aim. But in the journey, I'm focused on the destination. And I realize that's something that I can have joy in the journey.
in the journey.
In the journey. And it's but there's a fear of the dream killers.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I tell you I'm doing this, oh, where you at? I thought you was doing this. Oh, you ain't got that done yet. Blah blah blah. So it's and people may mean well. I mean, they mean well. They're not doing it to be uh mean or ugly. They just want to know. But at the time,
Or maybe they are.
okay, yeah, you're right. So I think that's why we don't tell everything.
Yeah.
We just don't put it all out there. And because too, have you met people who are constantly telling you all they've done or all they've achieved? I'm working on this and I got this and I'm doing this. And I mean, I'm a celebrate you. I'm happy for you, but it's like, okay,
Okay.
all right. Some people can overshare. So
So
they
you know what?
can. They can
It's true.
overshare.
It's true.
Because I know somebody like that.
So and it's kind of funny because now here when you said that, I'm here sitting here making a face like this is too much. Yeah, they're
Mhm.
always, always, always. Back to your question and hitting on your answer as well is that I actually had to start having those little wins. They
Mhm.
don't have to be big,
Right.
but just a little celebration, a pat on the back, a glass of orange juice. I don't know, but
Mhm.
a celebrating that little win because that was what was encouraging me to keep going
Right.
versus
Mhm.
going through it and then
Mhm.
not, now you're exhausted and am I going the right path or the right journey? But having those little small wins validates that I'm on that right journey.
Yes.
But at the same time, you got to be careful who you have those conversations with too, and who you share those dreams with.
Mhm.
Because, like you said, you can have some people that are naysayers or dream killers, and it can definitely derail you from what you're trying to accomplish. So
Yeah.
I'm very careful on who I share what I'm doing
Mhm. Mhm.
because I do want an accountability partner, but not one that's mean.
Yeah.
Like, well, I should have told you nothing.
Like,
Or
ready to
you
run
can take me
Right.
off. You can take me off when I'm trying to focus. You ain't got there yet.
Uh-huh.
No, I haven't got there yet. But
Yeah, you
okay,
did this wrong.
exactly.
So that's it. That's what I'm
It's gonna take
talking
me a
about.
couple months. You ain't there yet. No.
I'm not. But uh, gosh, and I'm on the other end of that.
Mhm.
What you said, I want people to know because one, it is accountability. I already know whether you a naysayer or not, you're gonna come and you're going to remind me. So where y'all at? I thought you said you were gonna da, 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 da." And for me, it's accountability because I know what's gonna happen. But also for me, it's helps me practice my authentic self. Like this, instead of hiding the thing, the journey, like the hard thing, or man, yeah, I thought it was gonna happen here, but or just hiding it or whatever. It's making me walk it out. Like, well, what you know what? So financially we had to wait, like, and I feel like some people don't want to talk about the financial, like, because I want you to know that I thought y'all had every girl, please. Let me tell you something, in this area, and and for me, I feel like whether they're naysayers or not, it helps the person that may have overheard it if they're the naysayer, like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, wow, I always feel like we had an episode about resilience, you know, she's the picture of this or he's the picture of this. You don't know what's happening. You only just see after I put the makeup on and comb my
Right.
hair and
Right.
but you don't know when I go back and how I have to pray, Holy Spirit, help me, with this. You don't know, right? But when a person asks in the journey and you had made it there, okay, so this is what's happening. You know what? You can help us sister out. I need 5 things. I need you to find me an engineer. Can you, like if you are so interested in what's going on with me, whether you be a naysayer or not,
Right.
let me go and put you to work.
Yeah.
Can you help me?
Help me, help
The
me.
other day we were talking, can you give me, so I am like that. I'm also, when you started to talk, I thought you were going to go another way. Now, when something bad happens to me, I am quiet. That's when I'm not talking to people. I usually don't talk about it unless you're just really, really close to me. I really don't talk about it until I have been delivered from it. And then I celebrate the girl, let me tell you what happened. Or, last month I was da 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 da, what? Yes. And now that's when I don't want to hear the ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm already feeling bad. I don't want
Right.
to
I need nobody else to. Right.
What was it was a show. I'm not gonna say the show. What she was patting him on the shoulder and she said, oh man. I forgot what she was saying, but she was like, "Oh, sorrows. Y'all know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about. Sorrows. I don't want to hear that.
Right. Exactly. I do not need anybody else to bring me down.
Exactly. I need some upliftment. Yeah. Give me a
Like, let's
laugh.
celebrate today so I can get off of this, get out of this valley that I'm in, at least mentally. I'm always, I just feel throughout life, it is not the thing that is happening to you.
Oh no.
It's your perception of it.
Come on. Yes.
And that
is
is what's
true.
causing you to be
Yes.
Good.
in a place where you can't celebrate, or in a place where you can't celebrate others. And I know that there are traumatic things, whether they be big or small, that happen down, and if they're small, they kind of nickel and dime themselves up to where you are today. But I would say that all of us, even though I feel like I do celebrate, we never arrive,
Right.
right? We're not
Right.
perfect. All of us should just constantly just kind of examine ourselves, and be open to how people point out stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
kind of eat the fish and spit out the bones. Like, okay, but what are they really saying? There was a situation where we had talked to someone and they took you one way and they took me one way, right?
Yeah.
And even though it was one of those things where, we're not going to worry about that. I still thought about that. Like, what can I take from
Right.
that?
What can I
Right?
learn?
What
Yeah.
what about that do I need to take and just kind of learn from it? Right? Because I think celebrating ourselves and celebrating others is understanding who you are.
Exactly.
right,
Exactly.
right.
And
Exactly.
in your dynamics and the way that you move through life and in relationships.
And I agree with your. So when I'm saying, for example, let me give this example about the doctorate. Me doing that, I didn't tell everybody because I didn't want to hear, you got all them degrees.
girl.
What do you need with another degree? What you gonna do with it?
And you want to say,
And
mind
you
your
want
business.
and I'm like, I don't want to hear that because the circle that I'm around, they got double doctorates. So
Yeah.
sometimes some of the people you are communicating with can't see the dream and the vision because they're just not there.
This
It
is
doesn't
true.
make it wrong.
Right.
This is true.
But if you are in circles that are doing X, Y, and Z, even when we're talking about our dreams, if I was to say the family compound, not everybody's going to receive that. Why you want to do that? Why you want to be with your family?
Compound.
Right. How you going to afford that?
I'm trying to see if I
Listen.
can get me a little spot over there in that compound.
What you have to be with people who
I know what you mean.
match your energy.
Match
I
the
say
energy. Match the energy.
Match your energy.
Or
Match your dream. Yes, come on. Yes.
Yeah.
And if you want to be better, you got to hang around.
You do.
If you are the smartest, as they say, if you're the smartest one in your circle, you are in the wrong circle. You got to find the next circle.
Yep.
And I've had to learn at over 50 something that I'm okay being extra Melissa because that is who I am. I'm going to celebrate you extra. I'm going to do this extra. That's just who I am. But Melissa also has to learn how to celebrate Melissa. That's the part I'm working on is celebrating Melissa because I don't mind celebrating everybody else.
Right.
But so as in life, we learn, we are growing and we're ever evolving and finding those people who accept Melissa for all her extra. That's where I'm at.
Because I'm still trying to figure out when we supposed to go and celebrate your achievement. When you were talking, I said, we didn't do that. Okay.
We might need to go to Fredericksburg. You know.
We've got some hidden gems that we no.
Yeah, we might need to go to Fredericksburg.
Listen, let me tell you about celebration. It's always an opportunity.
Okay, always.
Never late.
To go somewhere, to whatever.
Never
that's
late.
always an
Yes.
opportunity.
It's a whole year.
It's a reason to do some some fun things. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So don't ever let people tell you what you can't do and why you can't do and why you shouldn't. Why are you doing that?
Because it's your life.
Come on.
It's my life.
And
because I want to do it.
Exactly.
You don't have to, but
and
let me be great.
And I feel like also when people also understanding, like when people say a thing, actually looking beyond what they're saying and what is, you know, we said earlier, why are you saying that, right? Why you have all these, this, that, and the other. You know what? Have I ever told you my testimony? Or have I ever told you my story?
Yes.
And they begin, because so you talked about the compound. You say the compound. I know for a fact I've always wanted like my family to be in one place. I feel like that's wealthy. In my opinion, that's to me that's wealthy. The kids don't feel like that. I feel like it's wealthy. And when you tell yes, right?
Yes.
But like you said, some people may not like get it. But then when you, even on the episode, when you begin to explain it, I can just see people saying, you know what? Yeah, you know, some people are negative. What'd you call them? Negative Nancy's?
Negative Nancy's.
Yeah.
Nothing against
Patties.
Nancy's. I have some beautiful Nancy's in my home.
Or Patty.
You love patties. You love patties.
Okay.
You love patties, but you know, we're just trying to be silly right now.
Love balloons.
Love y'all. Love.
But yes, but I think sometimes let me put some celebration into your life.
Yes.
Let me give you my testimony and the reason.
The reason.
Enough. Well, you know what? I'll probably have enough when I get there. You know, someone. Well, I'm not even go there because that person. I'm gonna be quiet on that one.
Is the person in the room?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. Oh my gosh. So I wanted to ask another question. It's one of these questions y'all gonna be like, tell us. Okay. Um, so this probably should be easy. This is
Mhm.
how do we actually you talked about celebrating wins, right?
Mhm.
Um, and so that we can give some takeaways or whatever. What does that look like? So that's easy. I think that's an
Mhm.
easy one. What does that look like? How do I celebrate like small wins? Like when I make because to be honest, it may be small. My win may be small to you, but it's honestly probably big to me,
Mhm. Mhm.
to be able to, um, I drive every day, but there are people who are, they have anxiety
Yeah.
about driving, right?
Mhm.
And to be able to get from their house to the grocery store that is
Mhm.
just a mile away
Mhm.
it may be considered to others a small win. I mean, or something small, but to that person, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
How do you celebrate small wins? What does that look like? Some
I
celebration. You
have an
said orange juice
example of
earlier.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
What,
said orange juice,
I know
but
orange juice,
that which is big.
yeah, for that
But
day.
I have my
80
sister.
calories.
Uh, we were going on a trip and she needed a passport. She does not drive on the highway, period. She will use side roads. She does not like, especially in Texas, if you know anything about that construction and these big concrete, I don't know what you
Mm-hmm.
call these things on the road,
Medians?
yeah, the
Are they medians? Oh,
dividers and
dividers.
all that stuff. And it's terrifying for her. But she wanted to get that passport, honey. So she drove herself to Houston and back.
You mean?
And to me, that was such a big win. And and she sends me the picture of her passport, like in the car over the dashboard. I'm like, you better go, girl.
Yeah.
Yes. And we took time later on and I sat and I told her, I said, I'm so proud of you. I know how hard it is for you to get on that highway, and you did this all by yourself. I am so proud of you. For many people, not a big deal, but for her, that was enormous. And that's how you celebrate the small wins. The things that are just seems, that's not a big deal. No, for her it was. And so I wanted to make sure she understood how proud I was of her for I said, "You see that oomph that you had to get on there and make that happen? Girl, that's what I'm talking about. I'm so proud of you."
Yeah.
Little things like that.
I'm gonna piggyback. I think the furthest I've driven by myself is maybe 2 hours.
Mhm.
So just recently, I was in Houston. I drove by myself.
See? See? Mhm.
That
That's
was
a
something
win.
I wanted to go see my friend, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I was terrified. And I'm like, why
Yeah.
are you terrified? But I've never driven
Wow.
3. And that was actually, it took me 4.5 hours because the time that I left here, there was so much construction and all.
Mhm.
It should have been a 2 hour and 30 minutes, but the construction is what made it longer and longer and longer. Even going 90 miles an hour on the highway. But I was. But to get there, you know, follow the instructions and to get there safely and even come back, that was a milestone for me.
Yeah.
I actually felt good. I said, I didn't need a man. I
Go
didn't need,
Kelly.
to
Go
help me,
Kelly. Go Kelly.
travel that distance. But
Yes.
yeah, I was not looking forward to, I wanted to see my friend, but I wasn't looking forward to that travel by myself.
But it was
Mm.
a win.
Oh
It was
man.
a
Yeah.
win.
That's
Great prayers that were answered.
wow.
Girl.
Yeah.
That's so yeah, those are ways to celebrate and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Listen, that's an opportunity to go eat something. We can go somewhere,
Yeah.
celebrate.
That is true. That is true.
Big win,
It's
big
always
win.
food.
Yeah.
You do some candle making, just to light up for the Houston drive.
There you
Girl,
go.
hey, I'm doing candles right now. I'm doing candles right now. So I'm trying to get my one perfect one.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Small wins are just
What's
examples
yours?
of small.
What's
Yeah.
Me?
yours? I know you got
Um,
many.
okay, you know what? Here's a celebration. I'm excited about it. We just found out that well, it's a but it's still a celebration because we made it to. We're at this point.
Okay.
You know what I
okay,
mean? Like
okay, yes.
turn the to a celebration. We
Yeah.
we weren't here last year, so
That's true.
we just found out that we need to get an engineer to make plans before we can do anything to the building.
Well, but that's a step
Well,
forward. Come
Yeah,
on,
it
man.
is.
That's
Yeah,
a step
yeah, yeah.
forward.
How much is that? So we have to get
But
the
it's okay.
plans.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's the
okay.
joy in
It's
the
okay.
journey. Joy in the
Yes,
journey.
and I haven't ever done that before. It's in the journey. The joy is I've never done that before.
Right.
Yes,
I've heard
yes,
of it.
yes.
I've heard of it. I've heard of it being expensive,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
but
It's okay.
but I've never been a part of that. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
So and I'm being honest. Like when I was sitting there like with our consultant, I was like, in my mind, I was like, but I was like this, okay. So now we gotta get an engineer. He was like,
Wow.
but you're almost there. And I kept thinking what he said,
Mhm.
you're almost there. He says, it sounds like a lot, but really it's just gonna be
You're
just like
going.
this. Just gonna get that. Okay, so that is
Joy
it
in the
really
journey.
is, y'all. After that, my husband and I, we went to the building. We were just kind of looking around and saying, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is needed because we want to do it right.
Yes.
There are a lot of
Yes.
people who don't.
Right. Right.
They just say,
And we know what that looks
we're
like.
gonna cut that corner
Mhm.
there and just gone in there. They don't even have to know that we're doing stuff. But we want to do it right
Yeah.
because of the type of people that's going to be coming into that
Right.
place
Yes.
and the type of ministries and the type of training and the things that are
Mhm.
going to be said, and how can you say these things and you cutting corners,
Right.
Yes.
and how can you
Yes.
say these things and you did the wrong thing, right?
Right.
And so I feel like it's all about how can you talk about integrity and you not walking in a
Mhm.
place, right? So
Yes.
it's just like, okay. And so we started to call the engineers and getting quotes, and it's like, okay. And it's one of those things, celebration also is I know I need it.
Yeah.
So let me just kind of walk away
Mm-hmm.
so I can wrap my head
Yep.
around
Yes.
whatever it
Yes.
is, and then it's
Yes.
coming back. So that's 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 our win. So now we need to
Mhm.
celebrate. I wouldn't mind celebrating that.
So
So
that food? Is that
Yeah.
food?
food or going to
Now.
Jamaica. Oh, I'm sorry.
Now. Okay. She said Jamaica. Now, but did you hear how we responded
Like,
to your
let me.
situation? It was
Oh, yes.
oh,
Yes.
but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna
Yeah.
be okay.
Yeah.
Versus girl,
Why y'all
yeah.
doing there? Why
Yeah, but
you
you
gonna go
it's
through
supposed to
it?
be up by now.
Yeah.
And the
But we know it's gonna be wonderful
Yes.
right.
when those
But
doors
I also
open.
know that y'all know, like I've been
The journey.
talking
We know the
about
journey.
the thing.
Yeah.
I remember when I first told you that
Mhm.
we purchased this building, and I can't remember if I did cry or I was about to cry, and I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
That's a dream.
That's
That was your
we
dream.
huge.
actually finally got the building for the coffee shop.
Mm.
We've been talking about this for years.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
And so
So I
and
don't know if you cry, but you can cry right now.
no, I'm gonna try not to because I got my sparkles on.
Oh, you have to start this one. No. But it's been almost a year since I've been in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And or maybe not that long, but y'all have come a long way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen the pictures. Y'all come a long
we've
way.
come a long way, and so
Yeah.
I'm
Mm.
excited about that. So I am
Amazing.
excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to tell people about it. And I know that where we thought it was going to be a short
Mhm.
term,
Mhm.
you got short term gains and long term gains.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Come
And
on.
each of them, long term is taxed a little lower than the short
Dun,
term.
dun, dun, dun.
So anyway, I really thought it was going to be a short term game, but honey, it's a long term game. But that's
Yes.
okay because
Yes.
in the journey, there are things that we are learning that I know
Mhm.
for a fact we are going to be able to share with other people. How do I do this? Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you, because I know.
Mhm.
It ain't nothing I read. Nobody else told
Mhm.
me. It's something
Mm.
I know. I'm not
Yes.
acknowledging it. I didn't, I know it.
Mm.
So let me tell you what to do. In
Yes.
fact, I know some persons, a lot of persons.
Mm.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
celebrating,
Nice.
that's a those are
The
so
milestones.
the milestones, and
Mhm.
you talked about just calling someone and just stopping
Mm-hmm.
and telling them.
Yes.
We
Mhm.
talked about going out and eating, drinking the orange juice.
Drinking the orange
But you know
juice.
what? Going and picking up a card, a greeting card, and just sending it
Yes,
to
and
them,
sending it.
and like
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
writing it. When was the last time in this day and
Yeah,
time
right.
have we done that? Or even write a letter,
Mm-hmm.
and just sit and they get it, and it's just like, whoa, that is so. Thank you for
I
that.
just did that
Yeah.
Yeah,
for my
yeah.
the wonderful, beautiful gifts, and so I made sure that we sent. It was a lot of thank you cards, but it was yeah. And I
Mm-hmm.
know how people when I receive them, I know how I feel.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
oh, you took the time.
Yeah.
You know, not an email, not a text, but you actually
Mhm.
took the time to write it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just looked up at the
Oh my
time.
goodness.
Goodness.
This was good,
Wow.
obviously. Okay, so really quick, maybe
Mhm.
about 2 more minutes, maybe. So I did have a couple of things, and any other takeaways that you guys want to give them, give the people. Focus on your own journey,
Mhm.
which will help decrease any jealousy or
Yes.
comparison. Just
Yes.
focus on your own journey.
Mhm.
Focus there. Shift from a mindset of competition to one of
Mhm.
community.
Yes.
Seeing other successes as inspiration
I was gonna say inspiration.
rather than a
Yeah.
threat. I'm not a threat
Right.
to you.
No.
I'm
Mm-mm.
and
If
I'm
she can
telling
do
you,
it, I can do it.
yeah. If
Oh,
you
she's
this person-
Yes.
showing me that. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I got somebody I
Yes.
can actually look at.
Yes.
if
Yeah.
I listen, it don't have to be
And I
a
know it's not
she.
gonna be easy.
Doesn't
Mhm.
have to be a she. You don't have to
You're
look
right.
like me. If
Right.
someone can do it,
Yes.
then
It can be
It can
done.
be done.
It
It
can
can
be
It can be done.
apparently it can be done,
Period.
right? Apparently. And I know a lot of people didn't even really have the resources, and they did it.
Mhm.
Resources is not just financial, just like maybe the parental support or the friendship support or
Mhm.
whatever,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Any other takeaways?
Take a day every day and find a way that you can celebrate someone.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Whatever that looks like for you. Find something, and then even I'm messaging for myself, find a way to celebrate you.
Mm-hmm.
Give, but also celebrate yourself.
Self-care.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Self-care.
Go
Yep.
get your toes done.
Come on. I'm all about that.
Go buy a ring.
Buy a ring. Yeah.
Yep, that's good.
Go sit outside.
Mhm.
Oh,
Vitamin D.
what I'm doing for myself? Starting my garden.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh, that's
Have
awesome.
y'all ever just? I know you have. And have
Mhm.
you ever just walked in the nurseries that we have around
Oh,
San Antonio,
yes.
and how it's just like
Yes.
so inspiration?
Yes.
It's so
Yeah.
inspirational. Today, it's hard for me to talk today. So inspirational.
Yep. I'm doing tomatoes right now, and I'm doing rosemary, lemon balm, and oregano.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
So we'll see how that goes.
That's my husband to build a little thing for me so I can
Raised-
have a bud
raised
grant.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna have a drawer.
Yeah. You said a drawer.
It's gonna have a drawer so I can put all my stuff in and put it back. And
Go ahead,
it's gonna
Randy.
be cute.
Go ahead, Randy.
I already told him.
See, I love it. I love it.
That's pretty good.
I just say, what was the sound? Baby.
Now, come on. It works.
All right. Okay, so that's the end of that. Yes, we can go on forever, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us on today. We are Her Presence. Please make sure you subscribe on YouTube and share and like. We are on all the major podcast platforms and on social media. Thank you again for joining us.